Well, here's some breaking news, literally. Hillary Clinton's aides smashed her old electronic devices with a hammer, ones presumably used to send classified email. Also, according to an FBI report on its meeting with the former Secretary of State, Hillary could recall almost nothing pertaining to how to handle classified information. How will this latest news affect her poll numbers, if at all? Emily Ekins is the director of polling at the Cato Institute in Washington. Emily, it's great to see you this morning. So does this have an effect? This 60-page dossier was dropped right before a holiday weekend, presumably in the hope people wouldn't read it. Is this news going to filter down to voters?
You know, you think it would, but it's probably not going to. I mean, month after month, there seems to be a new revelation about Hillary Clinton's emails, and they don't seem to have a significant impact on her poll numbers. Now, for sure, they make Americans not trust her. Majorities find her untrustworthy and dishonest, but it doesn't seem to really affect her poll numbers.
But her poll, and by the way, let me just say, that's always been my assumption, that this stuff is baked in the cake, and if you're voting for Hillary, you're not doing it because you think she's honest, you're doing it because you don't like Trump or you agree with her or whatever. But her poll numbers seem to have slipped recently. Why is that?
They have. So what we're seeing is we are seeing a tightening in the polls, but that's because her post-convention bounce is starting to wear off. So this is to be expected. We were already expecting this to happen. And Donald Trump, though, he is behind. He's behind by about 4 points, 3 to 4 points in the polls, despite her sliding. And we find that Trump is doing worse right now than Mitt Romney was at the same time in 2012 nationally in the battleground states. So right now, Trump is trailing Clinton in almost every single battleground state, except for the states of Arizona and Missouri. And those two states shouldn't even be competitive to begin with.
So you say her post-convention bounce has evaporated, but you don't say why. Why is that? Why would it?
Not evaporated. No, I mean, this is always, this is almost always the case. You get a bounce after the convention, people are very excited, and then it starts to wane. But she hasn't lost all of it. She is still, far ahead of Trump nationally and in those battleground states. I think this is to be expected.
By far ahead, but what's the spread there?
All right, so if you go nationally, she's 3 to 4 points ahead on average. If you take lots of polls over the past couple of weeks, she remains ahead. And in those battleground states, she's ahead by about 5 points on average. So if we were to look at how Donald Trump is doing compared to Mitt Romney at this point in the race, he's actually behind where Romney is. So overall, I think that Trump is actually underperforming what we would expect him to be doing. And to be fair, Hillary Clinton is overperforming what we would expect her to be doing, given that scandals like these, like her email, we would expect that to hurt another candidate. But this election is like no other election in recent memory. We have two historically disliked candidates in which majorities of Americans find both of them untrustworthy. And as a consequence, we have third-party candidates getting a significant share of the vote. And the other thing that makes this election really bizarre is that forecasting models that are used to predict the outcome of the election based on economic fundamentals, like how fast the economy is growing, would suggest a Republican should be winning right now. And it's not happening. So Clinton's emails should be hurting her campaign, but they're not. And Donald Trump should be in the lead, but he's not. This election is just completely bizarre. And I think the main reason for that is that Donald Trump has taken these very hardline positions on immigration, which has endeared him to a certain segment of the population, but has made him unpalatable to those crucial swing voters that are voting third party or for Hillary in November.
Okay, that's an editorial comment. I disagree, but it's great to see you anyway. Thanks a lot, Emily.
Good to see you.